Hey, what's up, sports fans? Doing a little cash game review right now. Just seeing where we went right tonight and where we went wrong. Games just ended. The not the last game, the Miami game, still going on right now, but the Minnesota game just ended, and we're just gonna kind of go over pick by pick, position by position, where we went right and where we went wrong. In the video earlier in the free content, we had I think it was Paul, Zubac, Bledsoe, and there's one other guy. I forget who the fourth was, but those were the main guys. And Zubac was the kind of the value pick to get the higher end guys because we knew that there was going to be a lot of higher end guys that we liked, and the other two picks that I went through for the higher end guys were George and Towns. So looking at that, George, I just tweeted out earlier, just shocked that George and Paul were so low owned. It's just crazy how both of them have just been kind of blown up. Paul more recently, but George for 8, 9 games now, and you knew it was going to be high scoring, fast paced game. Crazy that they were only 19 to 20% owned. That's crazy to me. I expect at least Paul to be, the way he played last game and Harden being injured, all that put together. But George had just a great game at 10-3. He was, what's that, 7.5x on his value, plus almost 8x on his value. So we got Paul and George. Those were kind of locks from the beginning. Towns was a lock from the beginning. He got into foul trouble a little bit. He finished with 5 fouls, only played, I think, 28 minutes in the game. And this was kind of if he did play, 34, 35, 36 minutes, it probably would have been a blowout. They were up by a lot early. It was kind of a blessing to keep it that close. Now, during the day, some value came out. Wiggins went out, so Deng started in his place. Only 3,500. That was a no-brainer. Earlier in the day, Satoransky was out. I thought this was going to be just a easy chalk hit, but at 3,300, he didn't. I didn't watch the game, but I can only imagine that Beal kind of took over a lot of the ball handling responsibilities. Let's see how many minutes he ended up getting. 19 minutes, only 19 minutes for a guy that's starting. So I'm going to remember that for next time. But when it's 76%, kind of the ownership game, he's 76% owned. If he doesn't do that well, he's both low priced and highly owned. So it's not going to hurt you too bad in kind of in general. So we talked about Chris Nance, another great game. And one thing to take away from it, if you were checking out the game, if you watched it, or if you just kind of looking at your scores over the course of the night, when Love and him were both out in the court, Love ate up a lot of the usage, and a lot of the plays and rebounds and everything like that went to him. So I'm not sure that I'll be playing Nance a whole lot more. He had, I wish I remember how many points he had in that first half when Love played about 15 minutes in that first half and got shut down after that. But he had, I want to say, like 14, 15 points. And then when Love went out in the second half, he just knocked it out of the park. He played a lot of minutes. You knew he was going to play a lot of minutes. Zizic was out. I forget who else was out. Osman was out. So it was kind of a lock that if Love had only played, he was on a minutes restriction. You just didn't know how many minutes it was. And once Love went out, he just kind of went off and took over. So that's a good thing to know for the future, that Nance's big games, even at this 6K price tag, 5,900 price tag, look like they're limited. So just good to know going forward. So once Zizic and Osman were ruled out, Chris, who played about 20 minutes the last 2 games, he kind of became a lock. Getting that many minutes, they don't really have anyone else to go to at the 4 or the 5 after Love and Nance. So Chris played a bunch of minutes, and he's pretty solid from a DFS standpoint and from kind of a real life standpoint. He's just a pretty good player coming off the bench. So he was pretty highly owned. At the guard position, I really had 3 choices for that position. They were Bledsoe, who I mentioned in the video, DSJ, and Zach LaVine in Chicago. And really should have gone with LaVine, hindsight. But DSJ, he was talked about a lot during the day. He looked like he was going to get a lot of minutes. It didn't end up being that way. Kadeem Harris, what's his last name? Kadeem Allen got a lot more minutes than I thought he would. He had more minutes than DSJ, and at 3,700, that was the play for the Knicks, and that looks like the play going forward is they're going to give him a lot more run than you would think. So that's also good to know. Like I said, Deng starting, he was a lock once that news came out, and then Towns coming in. So just kind of an easy 306.5. Not too many complex problems on the board. There were a couple other places that I wanted to go. Drummond and Griffin went off. I just couldn't fit it in this lineup. Who else went off? Giannis went off. There were some other plays. There were a lot of good choices tonight. But I mean, George kind of stole the show with that line. I mean, look, it's crazy how well he's been playing. Now this is probably I haven't looked forward and seen when he's playing next, and seen him on the slate. He's not on the slate tomorrow, but next time he's on the slate, guaranteed he's going to be priced up quite a bit. It's going to be interesting where they put him at, because they kind of jump him just a couple $200-300 each time, and he's been playing just so consistently well. It'll be interesting how DraftKings works that, and the reaction to this big time game, and how many people are going to go play him next game regardless of who they play. So I'm going to definitely take a look at that. But that's kind of a wrap. And if you want to get kind of the updates during the day and the changes from the free content to what the actual lineup is, you got to be a premium member. Things change a lot during the day. So if you play that lineup that came out for the free content, it's drastically different, especially with all the injuries and everything like that can't come out. That changes the value, kind of perceived value that you get from these guys. So having the premium content and having the final lineup when it comes down 15-30 minutes from lock is huge. So if you want that to be a premium member, join the team. It's only $10 a week or $30 a month. It's full lineups. I'm going to start doing showdowns soon once the website gets up. Should just be a week or two before that comes up. It'll be full write-ups, all that stuff. So hopefully a little bit after All-Star break, have that up for the rest of the season. And MLB is starting soon. Got about a month and a half left until that goes on. I'm going to be huge into that. So once, even in the overlapping time frames, there's going to be both NBA and MLB. So a lot of DFS here with DFS picks. So if you have any questions or comments, hit them up in the comment section below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit the alert button so that you get all the content when I put it out. If you like the picks, if you like the content, please give me a thumbs up. That's always appreciated. And if you haven't already, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the DFS Picks. And if you want to be a premium member, get all the premium content, shoot me a message either on there or leave me a message in the comments below. All right, I'll have the tomorrow's picks up probably later in the morning, but I hope you guys have a good night, and I hope you had a good night in DFS. Thanks, guys.